It's never going to be actually fun. They're never going to really be able to be decadent. They're never really going to be able to be purely hedonistic. They need to have an enemy that they can smite at any.
Yeah, this is exactly what Asma's audience is. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, that sounded, what you just described sounds like a like a plan from another place. It's like, oh,
if you wanted to destroy America,
if we really wanted to, not with war, but let's just slowly let them kill themselves type stuff.
And then have them at each other's back. You know, constantly have them fighting over political issues. Let's get rid of Roe v. Wade. They're a little too happy right now. Getting rid of Roe v. Wade was actually a good move if you were a Democrat, because then people get upset and then they really want to vote. Like, you could probably ignite a lot of people, because like that was like one of the big things that got people to come out and vote for the Democrats.
Yeah.
Like if I was playing 4D chess and I was a Democrat, I was like, this is what we do.
Get rid of ourselves.
Get rid of ourselves. Get rid of ourselves, and then campaign on that. Okay, now we got all the women. So like you would do that. You would do that. You would get rid of that. You would try to get rid of the Second Amendment. Second Amendment. We're gonna get rid of all guns. Oh, the gun guys, get up for the Republicans. You know, you would say we need open borders because we need our society is population collapse, and they were starting to say things like that. And we need, you know, who's gonna clean?
All right. It's time. It's time for Matt Christman's famous Zen fascism take. Because what Joe Rogan is demonstrating right here is exactly what Matt Christman famously identified on an acid trip to CPAC. Does anyone have the video? I'm going to explain to you exactly why. Joe Rogan identifies the hypocrisies of the Democratic Party very clearly. And yet you would think he would directionally be against that and also against the Republican Party. No. In a way, Joe Rogan is more honest. He is, in a way, significantly more honest than the average liberal. This is true. Let's watch.
The social event of CPAC, a Benny Johnson creation. This is his new job as Toilet Paper USA's creative director. Someone forwarded us the invite. It was called the America Fest.
America Fest.
And the actual email was just like a night of bourbon, beer, and bacon. I'm not exaggerating. Yeah. And it's signed off with Dilly Dilly.
Oh, and the icon was a dabbing astronaut.
And it was at Cadillac Ranch, which is one of those fake-ass Western honky-tonk chain. It's got a fucking Cadillac on the roof.
It was like stepping into Benny Johnson's brain. And there was the drinks menu was just like, build the wall, whiskey neat. Yeah. Mexico will pay for it, tequila sunrise. And then just the Kavanaugh, which is just a beer.
Yeah.
This is like Benny Johnson's projection of what makes America YOLO and epic, and the answer is punks. All throughout the bar were life-size cardboard cutouts of Chris Pratt, Tom Brady, Tim Tebow, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Drake.
Jackie Chan.
And there was one of Jackie.
Yeah, because he's gay. Because Benny Johnson is a homosexual. Literally. Benny Johnson is so gay that he is no longer allowed to go across the country on work trips without his wife being there. I know that for a fact. Benny Johnson is not allowed to travel without his wife anymore. It's not because of cruise sites. I'm talking about some other shit. We knew that Benny Johnson was gay when he tried to do the targeted ad thing, where he was like, why is this Veterans Affairs Office website showing me ads for a gay cruise? And everyone's like, yeah, dude, that's because you're cookies. That means because you're Googling gay cruises to fucking go on, dumbass. But that's not the only reason why I'm saying this. It's because he 100% is not allowed to go and travel for work without his wife being there, without his wife being present. Yeah, the advertising on the Military Times right now, the world's largest gay cruise, get on board. That was Jason Whitlock, but he's super gay too. No, Benny Johnson is not allowed either.
Was of Marilyn Monroe.
No, also Melania. No, Monica Lewinsky.
There was an AOC one that was just there to be yelled at and defaced.
And Charlie Kirk was there. DJ TJ showed up.
Don Jr.
He did an idiot knucklehead speech about how you guys have the balls to be assholes on college campuses, and I love you for it. Yeah, no, I felt like in deep despair. I was feeling like Reverend Toller. Now, I was on some like Maoist third worldish shit where I was just thinking like, oh, we're all on the same side. These guys aren't my enemy, really. I mean, we're all.
This is important. This is the point. This is, I think, an incredibly important point to understand.
Now, I was on some like Maoist third worldish shit where I was just thinking like, oh, we're all on the same side. These guys aren't my enemy, really. I mean, we're all in the imperial core. We're all the exploiters. Like, we're the bad guys in this story. We need to be destroyed. Like, no disentangling me from them. We are all accountable for this. No, I felt deep despair. And I also finally got the concept of Zen fascism. These guys have embraced like a Buddhist concept of nihilism, where it's just, look, we found ourselves by total random fact of fate to have been born at the end of this imperial moment. We have access to this incredible bounty of exploitation, and we're gonna fucking use it and have fun. You have access to this same bounty. Why don't you just enjoy it? Yeah, everything's gonna die. Everyone's gonna die. Sure, it's not sustainable, but we're gonna be the last to die, so why not enjoy it? Why fight against it? And I actually finally got the point of all of that hypocrisy mongering that Republicans do, where they say, oh, you drive a car. Oh, you use a cell phone. It's not to try to get you in some petty hypocritical gotcha. It's to say, we're all in this together. We're all on the same side. Why don't you just enjoy it? Why are you torturing yourself? Why are you like,
oh, this is actually bad, and oh no, we're exploiting all these people.
Yeah, but that can't change it. You're in this situation. Just eat the fucking slider, drink the goddamn beer, and enjoy yourself. Trigger the libs, have fun. Because they always have that voice in their head, and that's why they need to trigger libs all the time. They need to push it out. They've embraced this nihilism, but they also know what they've done, and so it's never going to be actually fun. They're never going to really be able to be decadent. They're never really going to be able to be purely hedonistic. They need to have an enemy that they can smite at any.
Yeah, this is exactly what Asma's audience is. Yeah, 100%. Oh, is literally your jalapeno popper take? No. My jalapeno popper take is one that, ironically, old heads will remember as the bread theory, the theory of bread, by Marxist-Leninist Marat Piker, or Chapo's very own Matt Christman's treat theory as well. I have a much more boring way of fucking explaining things, as I've always talked about, like the neoliberal abundance being an incredible tool to sedate the masses. One that no matter who, or no matter what form a socialist revolution takes, they should probably remember that treats should flow. Matt made one of the best observations. There are only two political positions in America. Don't be an asshole versus don't be a pussy. But yeah, but he's right. And this is still very much what's going on. The notion that these guys are just like, dude, why the fuck are you complaining about all this shit? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're in it too. That's what Joe Rogan is doing here, where he's like, oh, you know, like, well, the Democrats are just like, they're salivating at the prospect of abortion rights being taken away so they can fundraise off of it. They can campaign off of it. Like, yeah, he gets it. He's not wrong. That's true. That's a true statement. But the problem is, he looks at that, he recognizes that reality, and then turns around and votes for Donald Trump and endorses Donald Trump, who's doing the exact same thing. Because he's like, yeah, might as well enjoy the show. Might as well enjoy the ride. It's yielded tremendous fucking bounty for me, Joe Rogan. $250 million a year in Spotify deals, you know, Porsche car collection, all of that. I got it all. What am I supposed to do? Shit talk this fucking system? Care about poor people? Why the fuck would I? They adore me. They are my fucking playthings. I walk down the street, I can't stop. People mob me. Wherever I go, I'm Joe Rogan. I'm the fucking richest comedian out there without a single fucking coherent or decent comedy special. He gets it. This attitude is why they think you're grifting too. Yeah, but the people that think I'm grifting think Joe Rogan is not. That's the irony. And it's also partially the reason why they like Donald Trump, because Donald Trump says it like it is, right? Donald Trump's like, yep, I don't care about anything. I love money, 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 money. I love money in my pocket. And everyone's like, hell yeah, he's so honest. It's like Donald Trump could come out and be like, I'm fucking you over every day, you disgusting little monsters. I hate all of you. And they'd be like, yes, sir, I am your piglet. Keep giving me that steady flow of garbage. I think this is a person that has killed it and recognizes the tremendous bounty that he's gotten within the system, within the structure, and wants it to continue. And therefore, there's a semblance of honesty behind it. The dishonesty comes from people wanting to be like him. The dishonest nature of Joe Rogan is the notion that, like, he presents this veneer of success as, like, somehow attainable. I'm just like you, you know? So people look up to him and think if they embody Joe Rogan, they will be Joe Rogan one day. They will not be Joe Rogan. And people would rather be lied to than to be told the fucking cold hard truth. And that's why so many people get fucking mad at me and say I'm a goddamn grifter, when if I was doing what Joe Rogan has been doing this whole time, they'd fucking love it. The very same things that are markers, that are signifiers for success and attainable goals that people want, like a fucking nice car, turn into an opportunity to shit on someone like myself. Ha, you have a nice car, you fucking grifter. Stupid ass grifter. You have a house. You have a fucking house where you live with your family. The fuck's wrong with you, you goddamn grifter? That's it. They basically are like, no, why don't you? It's something I realized where like, it's basically this idea where people constantly are coming up to me in the chat and saying, dude, why don't you say capitalism is good and that one day I can get exactly what you have gotten for yourself? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like they literally are just like, I don't get it. I've had the same exact debate with a Zen fascist, but I didn't have a name for it. The guy had a computer science engineering degree and understood the climate crisis. He knew about the unjustifiable deeds of the state. He was an atheist. He said having to not eat meat, and that was all not worth it if the world was going to die anyway. He wanted to not be a sucker when the world was ending. Yeah, I mean, that's the David Shore argument, ironically enough. Remember David Shore? Mr. Popularism, the whiz kid, the data kid for the Democratic Party. Just do things that are popular and don't do things that are unpopular, except for Israel, in which case don't do the thing that's popular. I'm David Shore. Anyway, David Shore famously had a fucking tweet where it was like, climate change, anthropogenic climate change, raising temperatures by 2 degrees centigrade year over year versus trying to reverse that and allowing China to dominate the world. I'll take my chances with climate change. He said, I would rather have the world collapse to anthropogenic climate change than allow China to win. You know?